Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you're watching this, please rate, subscribe, comment, follow me on Twitter, check out my poetry at allpoetry.com/darksidewritings. Anyways, a little bit better this time around. I made you wait 2 weeks rather than 3. Anyways, it gets hard to do these videos simply because when I'm in the mood to do them, I don't have the energy, and when I have the energy to do them, I just don't give a shit and don't feel like talking. Anyways, since the last video, my last video dealt with a visit to my psychiatrist. That visit kind of upset me in the sense that it pissed me off. And since then, I've written two new poems. The one is the title of this video, I'm Not Jesus Christ, and the other one was for a contest. It's called The Present, and you can check them out at allpoetry.com/darksidewritings if you like. Anyways, basically, the I'm Not Jesus Christ, I'm hoping to do a video for that I can upload on here. I think it will work and it'll be somewhat artistic and I'll like it. So hopefully, if all goes well, that will be up maybe next week. But basically what it's about, I guess what I got frustrated about with going to the psychiatrist, and these are also things that I've talked about with my therapist in the past, is, it sounds like, when I go there, some of my issues I don't think are taken seriously and are brushed off to the side, which is why I don't like to talk to him or talk about them with him. And it seems like my therapist is like the only person right now that gets it and is seeing like the big picture. And so that's really what the poem is about. It's basically about where the main focus of when I go to my psychiatrist is my major depression and all these other things that are going on within me, the borderline and the anxiety and the post-traumatic stress. In the anxiety is the hardest to talk about simply because it's more abstract to me. I don't know why I have it or why I'm that way. Whereas I can explain away the borderline personality, the major depression, and the post-traumatic stress. I can rationalize those in my mind, whereas I really can't with the anxiety. I can't explain why I'm like that. Anyways, so visiting with my psychiatrist, those were things that I tried to bring up and discuss, and it's almost like I get this feeling of, let's not talk about that because those are complicated things. Let's talk about the easy stuff. Let's talk about the major depression. That's easy. I'll write you out a prescription for that. All this other stuff is like really hard. And the one thing that I mentioned with my therapist is the anxiety and stuff like that. I don't like to talk about it because I feel that it's not taken seriously or it's not looked at, and makes me feel like it's unimportant. And so, the one comment that I made when I was with my psychiatrist is that, I had a lot of anger in me. And that I was really angry, and his comment was, well, why are you so angry? And it's like, how do you not fucking understand? How do you not understand why I'm so angry? I'm angry about my past, I'm angry about my present, I'm hopeless in regards to my future, And the other comment that I made is, I have no desire to have friends. I don't like people. And then he brought up the comment of, well, in 2012, I liked, there was this professional band that I knew, had some hits in the 70s. And I was friends with them, and the one guy understood me and never, pressured me, and he was just always there. And in July of that year, he had major depression too. And in July of that year, he ended up taking his life. And so I guess it's one of these things where, what does 2012 have to do with 2014? And, things have changed. The guy's no longer around. The guy understood me. The guy accepted me for who I am. Things have changed. And, it's almost like somebody with cancer goes to an oncologist in 2014 and says, you're fine in 2012. What happened? Well, 2012 is different than 2014. And so 2014 has absolutely nothing to do with 2012. And so it's just my way of protecting myself. And, I don't want friends, and it pisses me off because it makes me feel that when I hear comments like that, well, you had friends in 2012, why don't you have friends now in 2014, or why don't you want friends in 2014? And trying to make a comparison, and it's stupid. Things change, things happen. We can't compare 2012 to 2014, and my thoughts are a little bit scattered on here, but the circumstances were different, and things change, and people evolve, and I'm not the same person that I was back in 2012. And the guy that was a friend is no longer around. And so that's basically what the poem "I'm Not Jesus Christ" is kind of all about. It's basically, major depression is seen as the easy thing that can be more rationally explained away, and there's a ton of antidepressants out there. So if one antidepressant doesn't work, let's try another antidepressant, and we'll just keep throwing antidepressants at you and hope that things work. And all these other things that are really complicated, such as borderline personality disorder and the anxiety and the post-traumatic stress, let's not deal with any of that, because those things are really complicated. And it's almost, again, it's almost like, a cancer patient going to an oncologist, and the oncologist not wanting to discuss cancer because cancer is complicated, but your symptoms are somewhat symptomatic of the flu. That's easy to deal with. Let me just write you a prescription for antidepressants, or not antidepressants, antibiotics, and go take those, and hopefully it will cure your flu. And it's ignoring the real problem, which is cancer, because that's complicated. And I think what my psychiatrist isn't getting, and what he should get, is that my issues, I was not, 2 years ago, I was not super happy and living a wonderful life and loving life, and one day I woke up depressed. My issues are all centered around my childhood. When I go talk to my therapist, a lot of times we're talking about shit that happened, 30 years ago, going on, probably close to 35 years ago, and those are the things that are haunting me. And it's like I told my psychiatrist, unless you got a pill that's going to make me forget about my past or change my past or make my past all happy and wonderful, I don't see anything changing. And, when the borderline personality disorder, when that's ignored, and when these other things are ignored, it just pisses me off. And so that's basically what the I'm Jesus Christ poem is all about. And, you got to look at the whole picture in order to try to solve a problem. And sometimes there is no solution to the problem, but to just look at major depression and ignore everything else isn't really fixing anything. And so that's, hopefully this is somewhat coherent or somewhat makes sense, but that's, I don't know, a quick video update. I guess that's the only thing that's been kind of on my mind. It's just frustrating. And, when I left the psychiatrist's office, it's just one of those things that I feel shut down and invalidated somewhat on those other issues. Like they're not important. And they shouldn't be talked about because they're hard and complicated. Anyways, that's the video update. Hopefully this was quick. Hopefully that I'll go through. I'll have a video for that poem up. I think I'll like it. I think it will work in video format. And I hope you check it out. Those are the only comments that I have for right now. So take a moment. Do me a favor. If you're watching this, share the video. Comment. Like it, add me on your featured channel list, share it on Twitter, Facebook, all of that fun stuff. But I made progress as far as, I didn't make you wait 3 weeks, I made you wait 2 weeks this time, and hopefully it'll only be like a week next time. So thanks for watching. Again, leave comments. Thanks. Bye.